Welcome to Connor vs. Cobb, a podcast. You might be thinking, podcast, what's that? It's like radio, but on the internet. I'm Ryan Conner. With me, Nick Cobb. Nick, why don't you say hello to the people at home? Let them know that we're in different cities, yet we're on the same internet radio show, if you will.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
I did a show the other day where I'm sure this has happened to you, where you start off the set, you're like, I'm going to do a bunch of new stuff right off the bat. Otherwise, I'll forget it. I'm just going to go up with my balls in my hand, and I'm just going to go up there and do 6 minutes new right off the top of my set. And it just doesn't. And I've done it 3 times. First 2 times went great, as well as new stuff can go. Like it's like the most exciting thing a comic can experience is when new stuff is doing well. So the new stuff, first 2 times I did great. Third time, not great. And then I had to like go into old stuff, and I hated it so much. All the old stuff did great, but I was so mad at them for liking the old stuff and not the new. I don't know if they could see through how much I hated it.
It happens, man. I had a show recently where I was going to do all new stuff, and then I was like, the acoustics are so rough in here, because it was like new stuff that I'd never said at all before, and it was a packed room, but the acoustics were not good, so the audience was struggling to hear us well, which meant that they weren't laughing loud, and then we're not hearing big laughs. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm doing jokes. I don't care how they go, because I know they're good. It's like you baked a cheesecake and you're going to serve it to people, and then instead of people, it's like wild dogs show up. Don't waste the cheesecake on the wild dogs. Save it.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to. As far as I know, wild dogs would like cheesecake.
They probably would. Dude, the coyotes in my neighborhood are so emboldened. Okay, look, okay. In a lot of situations, you'll hear people say, "Oh, we're encroaching on their habitat." It makes sense. They come down from not in LA. You're not allowed to build in LA. That's been the case for decades. You can't build new stuff. You can knock down current houses and go through a 5-year process of permitting and build a new house, but you can't expand. This hasn't happened in decades. Coyotes are emboldened. Okay. It used to just be, you'd see them at night, maybe like after 10 o'clock. Buddy, walking down my driveway yesterday at 11:35 a.m. Just smiling too. Like, what the fuck are you going to do? Smiling.
Well, the coyote's right. You are not going to do a thing.
I know. I'm a little baby. I would, I want to feed them, but I have a small dog, so I understand, they'll fuck you up.
I was at Griffith Park once, and a coyote ran over and just grabbed a little dog and ran off with it. Just grabbed the dog and ran off with it. Everybody was screaming. I was pretty far away. I kind of make something out in the distance. I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? Yeah. And then when you get closer, you're like, oh, this coyote just took this dog. What are you doing? What can you possibly do? I wonder, if the people who were like Aaron Conner were extreme dog lovers to the point where you're like, have you ever seen a dog? Is this the first time riding an elevator with a dog and they're embracing the dog like it's their therapy animal, even though, it's some stranger's dog. I wonder how it is for them when they see a coyote.
Right.
But
that's a good question.
Someone, most people like dogs enough, Right. Most people will be characterized as dog people. I like dogs fine. I like them.
I love foxes. That was my gateway to dogs.
You never hear that.
I love foxes. That's what my dog he's a fox-ish face. Man, coyotes, I'm not with it.
What a weird thing for you to say.
If a coyote,
jellyfish is my gateway to goldfish.
Yeah, it kind of is. If I won't even say it, but if a coyote tried to attack my dog, it would be like the Count of Monte Cristo or something. You would have some revenge story where I'm going around hunting every coyote in LA. Like, I will find you.
After you break out of prison?
Yeah. Yeah, after I break out. I do have to break out of prison first.
Coyotes there are really, really brazen. You're absolutely right. But like
Dude,
they
have
tell
I
people do not bring your dogs into these parks. But now it seems like it's most
It's
parks.
everywhere.
It's most
It's my
areas.
own yard. Everywhere it's in your own yard. I mean, there was the one woman in the hills here in was it Beechwood Canyon who was walking her dog and a fucking mountain lion jumped out and took her dog. And then I think no, it wasn't a woman, it was a man. And he turned and like kicks the mountain lion and drops his dog and runs off.
What? It did?
Yeah, dude.
That's like punching the shark in the eye, right? Or in the nose.
Yeah. Who would think to do it? I don't think I could do it, but if it was going after my dog, I think at this point we're squaring up, lion. But dude, have I don't think I've ever told you this. So in 2020, do you remember the COVID outbreak thing? Do you remember this? It was like it was a sickness going around, and Rachel and I, we went to Griffith Park. For those who don't, that's sort of LA Central Park, but it's probably 20 times bigger than Central Park, if not more. And it's much wilder. I would say at least 75-80% of the park is just wild, and trails and all kinds of stuff. So normally, though, there's thousands of people spread throughout the park at all times, so the animals aren't terribly brazen. During this time, though, everyone's locked down, So we're sitting in this picnic area of the park. Dusk comes. Suddenly, dozens of coyotes start coming down the hill, like bearing down on us, right?
Oh, no.
But, we stand up, we clap. They back off. They keep their distance. And we're like, okay, we're safe. She's a little afraid.
Throw some gang signs.
Yeah. She was more afraid than me, and she was probably right about that. But we're sitting there. She's starting to get uneasy, and then a guy out of the darkness coming up from the street goes, "Can I show you something?" And we can't really see him. It's just a voice, a silhouette of a figure.
What?
Can I show you something?
How late in the day was it?
At this point, it's dark. It's like, I don't know. It's like what I think we'd call it twilight.
See, you had a bunch of coyotes
dark,
start to encroach. You clap, and then you sat back down to finish your fruit cup.
We're not eating. We're just kind of hanging out, sitting in the park.
Okay, even more so. You didn't decide just to leave?
I mean, our car is like 30 yards away. I'm not really worried about them.
There's a certain thing maybe you haven't heard of called an omen. And I would say that 20 coyotes coming a little bit too close is enough of a reason to walk. I mean, granted, COVID, okay.
But, yeah. Well, let me tell you what happens. This guy goes, "Can I show you something?" And I go, "What is it?" And Rachel's just nudging me like, "No, we need to go. This is going to be bad." Because it had a real pervert feel to it. And
I mean, that sentence. You can't say, "Can I show you something?" to a stranger, and it. And it not. Yeah.
He starts walking towards us. He goes, "I'm a woodworker, and I've been featured on the Huell Hauser show a lot. If you're from California, you probably know the Huell Hauser show. It's like a PBS tour around California, and it's like hysterically like. I mean, it's like a caricature of NPR. Like if you talk about NPR being just like a gentle, like nap-inducing like level of energy,
sure.
It's a step beyond that. As soon as he says Huell Hauser, I'm like, this guy is not a threat. Okay. And he was like, Can I show you what I've made? I just want your opinion on it. I'm like, sure. And he goes, okay. He holds it up and he goes, "What do you think this is?" And I go, I don't know. I couldn't really tell, but I'm just like, I didn't actually say I don't know. We're just kind of looking at just Rachel and I are waiting to.
What is
say
it
anything.
that he's showing you?
I thought it was the state of Michigan. I thought it was an outline of the state of Michigan. Okay, it looked like this, you know.
And it's wood.
It's a wood carving, like lacquered and stuff.
Okay.
And I
It's the
and I
state
go
of Michigan.
and I go, is it? I was like, is it Michigan? And he goes, which is actually a fair guess. You'll see. And he goes, no, not Michigan. And then I guess Rachel's making some face, and he goes, she knows what it is. She knows what it is. She doesn't want to say it, but she knows what it is. Rachel is thinking this. She doesn't realize. She doesn't know who Huell Hauser is. She thinks this guy is still just a pervert.
Okay.
And she goes,
Well, fair enough.
do I really have to say it? And he's like, yes, just say it. And she goes, well, it's a bit phallic, wouldn't you say? And he goes, it's prayer hands. My brother died. His funeral is tomorrow.
Oh my God. No.
She was like, it's a penis, right? It's for my brother's funeral tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And then we very embarrassingly left. And about a year ago, we ran into him again.
What?
He has a shop. He has a shop downtown on. I can't remember the name of the street. It's like the oldest street in LA. It's
Did he remember you?
No. It was like in the dark. I think. Yeah, it was in the dark. There's no way.
He's
but
too
we
busy
remembered
asking
him.
every passing stranger for feedback.
Yeah, I saw that there was like a wood work shop down there, and I was like, you realize who this probably is? And we walked in, it was him.
Unbelievable. That reminds me of the number of times in New York.
We should go in and say, hey, can I have, I just need you to whittle up a dick for a funeral I'm going to tomorrow.
That dick that kind of looks like the state of Michigan, kind of from a distance.
Yeah. If Michigan was a mitten, I had a fair guess.
Fair guess. Yeah, it really is a fair guess. For one hand, for sure. What was it on both sides?
Sideways.
What's that?
It was sideways like this and tilted.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is a pretty good guess.
Oops.
It reminds me of all those times in New York back when I lived there. Somebody would like approach you on the street. It's probably happened to me 10 times. Can I use your phone real fast? I got to make a phone call. And like being there for 2 days, I'm like, sure. And then they start walking away from you, like pacing around, like legit making a phone call, but longer than the 30 seconds that they promised you it was going to be.
Yeah. Right.
I was so young and naive. I'm just like, well, there's no reason for me not to. I'm not in a rush. And they seem like they really need it. And they get on the phone and they're like, man, you've got my bag,
Is this a time when not everyone had cell phones, so you could reasonably think maybe it's not a thief?
No, probably not. No.
You only fell for this once though, right?
I don't know. I may have fallen for it 3 times. No one ever took the phone. No one ever.
3 times.
Yeah,
I would say we're doing it on speaker. I'm holding the phone, and there's going to be a police presence.
We're getting a notary.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I've got a correction. And I've been hearing from a lot of listeners with their own hypotheticals. No conspiracy theories yet, but a lot of hypotheticals, a lot of rank thems. I'm just getting flooded with them.
It's probably a good thing that we're not getting listeners' conspiracy theories. That means that we have a smart listener base of very few people.
Don't be so negative. So here's the correction. And there's something about a little sidebar here. It's about that story I told you last week about the doo-doo factory.
Yeah.
You're a doo-doo factory? Yeah.
I thought for sure this was going to be a correction about some scientific thing we talked about, not about a kid being called doo-doo factory.
But if you mistell a story from when you were 14, you're going to hear about it. People are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, that's not what he said. And that's exactly what happened. So my friend texted me and he's like, loved hearing about doo-doo factory, but you got it wrong. He actually said, one note on the doo-doo factory. Haven't heard from this guy in 2 years. One note on the doo-doo factory, slight correction. Not, hey, how you been? What's going on with your life? just a note on doo-doo factory. The whole bit I remember was him saying, "Your mama work in a doo-doo factory."
And then that stuck as his nickname.
Not really his nickname, just like in the locker room every time. Your mama work in a doo-doo factory. So like, the way that you interpreted it last week was when I was in fair enough. I was saying like, your ass is a doo-doo factory. You were like, so what? He took a shit in school and like now he's a doo-doo factory, because you can just get smeared for doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, you remember your locker combination and they're like, you're an elitist, something like that.
Oh yeah. You walk leading with your right foot instead of your left, as if anyone has ever noticed that before. And like, this right-footed walking motherfucker.
So my friend gives me the
jab steps down the hallway.
It was so it had nothing to do with something he had done before. It was just, your mama works in a doo-doo factory.
Do we know where his mom worked?
I guess we can't rule it out. I mean,
she actually worked at a pee-pee factory.
But it was kind of, we were going back and forth about whether or not that would be bullying, because like, let's say it's 9th grade. If you're getting singled out, it feels like probably bullying, but at the same time, it's so ridiculous that it kind of doesn't feel like bullying. And also, but there's no way to go against it. You can't say anything funnier than that.
Yeah. I think it's only bullying if she actually works in a doo-doo factory. I don't know what it means though. Can you figure out what it means? I don't know what it means. I can't. It's hilarious, but dude, did I tell you I have a friend named Spanky, and I've told you why he's named Spanky? I think I said this on here once, but in 9th grade, some redneck said, "What's your name?" He said, "Ryan." And they said, "What's your last name?" He goes, "Frank." And the guy goes, "Huh, that rhymes with Spanky." Doesn't rhyme, doesn't rhyme with Spanky at all. Here we are 30 years later calling him Spanky. Once he started dating his wife, his now wife, he was like, "Please don't call me Spanky around here." And we're like, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, my sister recently told me that that's been kind of hurting my odds with women all these years." And we're like, "Yeah, of course. You didn't realize?" And he's like, "Why? If I realized that, why would I be doing it?" And I was like, "We just thought you thought it was worth the trade, And he's like, "I would not trade off on that." So he's like, don't call me that around here." And then he tried to reverse psychology on us. He was like, "I don't know if you guys heard, but they're calling me Bricks," because he was hoping that he would sort of divide the population where of people going, maybe we'll call him Bricks, and some people will call him Spanky, and he's like, then they'll just decide these are both ridiculous, and they'll start calling him Ryan again.
The worst thing you can do is try to come up with your own nickname, or say that other people are coming up with a new nickname for you.
I call him Bricks now. I've been calling him Bricks for 15 years now. It worked on 2 of us. None of us call him Ryan. It's all Bricks and Spanky, except for his wife and kids. They don't call him that. I think his kids would
did
be
he
like,
have to go to them with
Spanky?
like, "Hey, appreciate it if you call me Bricks"? Did
appreciate if you show me some respect and call me Bricks.
This is your dad, Spanky or Bricks? Bricks. That we just go by Bricks. But I got so I had to give you that correction. You said you had something to say before we go on to the 15 hypotheticals that I got.
I just wanted to say this: how often do you think you're scrolling through news and you see an article about WD-40?
An article?
Yeah.
Never.
Probably 0 times ever?
No.
Same.
I mean, they haven't made any changes,
Right.
It's WD-40. Everybody knows exactly what it does and what it doesn't do.
Well, the case for our devices listening to us, which was supposed to be not a thing anymore, that's supposed to be shut down. Yesterday, someone asked for a tape measure, right? I get it out of this box, and it was under WD-40, and it looked like it had leaked on it a little bit. I go, before I hand it to them, I said, 1 second, let me just wipe off this WD-40. Hand it to them. 5 minutes later, I open up my computer for something, and the first thing I go to Google and I like to search whatever. And then in the side pane, it recommended a story about lesser known uses for WD-40.
A
Creeped me out.
story.
Because everything else, oftentimes when these things happen, there are innocent explanations because it's like, well, 99.99% of the time, you don't end up seeing something that's what you were just talking about, right? It's just that when it happens, it seems like I'm being monitored.
It feels like a lot
WD-40.
more often than that point one. Feels a lot more often than that.
It does to you. The
Yes,
WD-40
especially in
thing,
the
that
last like
freaks me out.
few months. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it happens all the time. As soon as I start scrolling, that's exactly it. It's like, what? You want a discount oil change? You know, it's like, what? It's always boring shit like that. Always. You want a deal on sand? Okay. They are listening.
Well,
just
you
like
are
a
the guy
reflection
for
of how
sand.
boring I am.
You're the only guy I've ever heard of who accidentally bought the wrong kind of sand and then had to return sand.
Yeah, I had to return sand. Tubes and tubes of sand. It's the oldest you're ever going to feel.
What's the problem with the sand, sir?
Yeah, exactly. It was too thick. It wouldn't go through the hole of the basketball. Thick sand. When have you ever heard of that?
Apparently got the wrong.
Don't go out on that beach. That sand is thick. Drag you down. There were tons of different kinds. And like, you ever accidentally end up talking with the old person at Old Navy, Home Depot? Like the oldest man in there will make you feel like a fucking turd. He'll be like, well, of course this sand and the kind of sand you want. I'm like, I'm sorry that I don't have this rich history.
You got thick grit. This is thick grit. I remember you telling me it took you like an hour to get the sand out of one bag. You were trying to put it into the base of a basket, like a driveway basketball hoop.
And it would not go through the funnel because it was such thick sand.
I couldn't even fathom it. I'm like, sand going through a funnel is like, that's just like an iconic image. Like it's an hourglass, right? How does it not just go through?
Not in this sand that I got.
Sand.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't buy rocks?
It was like, it would have been more like play sand.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah. If you're in a sandbox, kind of a sand, I guess, but it did not work. And I had to, there's nothing quite like trying to put sand back in a bag to then return and complain. You told me to buy the wrong sand.
If you
some
were
of the sand I just had to let go.
Email us and let us know what if you're a thick sand or a thin sand and what it's like for you.
That's my deal breaker. Oh, you're a thick sand gal?
God! Look. Let me just say that Nick and I at least have the integrity to not make quicksand puns right now.
I don't know. It's pretty close.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
Anything. I don't give a shit.
I've got a bunch of. What do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear a rank them from one of our listeners, or do you want to hear a hypothetical?
We usually do rank them at the end, and maybe let's do one now, and then we'll come back to it at the end too.
All right. Here's one of them that I got. And then mine that I made for today, I really love. But the one I got from a listener and a friend is rank them. And if you haven't heard this game before, it's just get a vision in your head, your perfect partner, your perfect human, your perfect person. If you're married, assume you're single and never met your partner now. This is the perfect one, except for one of these three flaws, if you will.
Or if you're married, it's your current partner, but they have these attributes.
Sure.
Well, I mean, you're really planting the seed that people hate their partner.
No, I'm just want to get in there. Like it's a perfect partner, but they've got one of these three flaws, these three attributes, and you rank them in order of most tolerable to least tolerable. Now here we are.
That was a very succinct way to describe the game in a minute and a half.
You always get on to me about explaining it, so I explained it. Okay. Such a prick. I like using that word prick.
So
I
like
feel like you
one
only
would
ever
be
see
like
prick on
before
bumper
two,
stickers.
and then you'd say three after two, and it's like an order, like numbers, and then but anyway, it's like okay, so you're the person choosing, and then okay, go ahead.
The first one is that they're from a very rich family, but in order to join the clan, you have to remove one of your
Don't
fingers when
say
you get.
clan.
This is what I was sent. Okay,
Yeah,
in order to
adapt
join.
it. Say family. Anyone hears that word, they're picturing it with a K. They're not thinking Scottish people.
They're a very rich family, and in order to marry into it, you have to remove one of your
Oh,
fingers the moment you get married. You pick the finger. Okay, is that good enough for you? Hmm?
sure.
The second one is they are the best chef, cooks every night, but is also vegan and gluten free. So you have to eat that way.
Mm-hmm.
C, your partner is your manager. Your career takes a big turn and you win an EGOT. But the moment you win the EGOT, win the last
EGOT
award,
means
I know,
uh EGOT
wins
means
the
you won the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar,
and
Tony.
Tony. Right. So the moment you win the last of those four, your penis just disappears. It just shrivels up and falls off. There's no pain involved, but the moment that last award is in your hands, it just goes bloop and then falls off.
Okay. I don't care about winning awards. Uh and I also don't want to be in a Broadway play, so that doesn't appeal to me one bit, even without the penis part.
Well, you win a
Uh,
Tony. I mean, it's not like it's a.
who cares? What do you
I don't
need
know.
these things for?
I mean, you're always like beating your chest and bragging. So I wouldn't be surprised if you'd want like, hey, there's a Tony over there on the
Bragging about
shelf.
what?
Under it is an
No.
admissions letter, but gotta go get
Uh,
smog check. Okay, what do you think?
is in order to win those awards too, you're going to be massively famous, and that it just seems like an awful life. So no, that's going to be number. Oh no, the worst one's cutting off a digit. I'm not doing that.
That's
Oh
worse
no, the
than
other one's
losing your
cutting off your
dick.
penis. What am I talking about? Okay, so the EGOT one's last, just because I don't even see the upside in it. Um, I guess the rich family, the digit, is number two, just because I'd rather lose my pinky than my nards.
Right.
Oh no, I would keep my nards actually in that scenario. That's even weirder.
Yeah,
Um,
to have balls
that's
without a
very
penis. That's
so much
so
weirder.
odd. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Got
number
rabbit
one
ears.
would be the cook thing. That man sounds great.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know,
so too. Like
I think it sounds amazing.
I came back and I was like, what are you saying? That I like get really healthy food that's delicious?
No,
Of course.
I
I hope
I
they're
pref-
perpetually unemployed. Yeah.
I prefer vegetables because when they're cooked well, they taste a lot better than proteins, than meats.
Okay. Well, interesting that you say that because that leads me into the next hypothetical.
Uh huh.
Here we are. Uh, $2 million goes into your account immediately, but the only protein you can ever have for the rest of your life, ever, is sardines. That is the only protein you can have. And
Didn't
if
we
you ever
talk
have
about this?
anything else, the 2 million's removed and you get a fee.
Okay. Okay. And when you say only protein, you mean only meat. I can have nuts. I can have whey. I can do.
I'll give you that you can have the whey. You can't have nuts.
Nah, I'm just not doing that.
For 2 million? For 2 million bucks?
I'm hoping to live a long life. I
Sardines
want
are
to,
very healthy.
but you know what I would do with that money is I'd want to go to a bunch of amazing restaurants, travel
Okay.
around and eat whatever the hell I want. I don't want to travel around and be like, "You got grapes?"
All right. So, what if you can have the whey and the nuts? Can you do whey, nuts, and fish or
if it was,
sardines?
if it was, if it was any seafood, yes.
Yeah, but that's not a hard question to answer.
It sure isn't.
2 million sardines only. And yeah, that's it.
Do you know how many sardines I'd have to eat in order to get enough protein to be healthy?
I don't know how many. And your sardines, by the way, are covered. You don't have to pay for any of them. You're sponsored.
Like a few
You're
cans. I'd
sponsored
have
by
to eat a few
sardines.
cans every day. Dude, right now I'm struggling to get 2 a week just to meet the fucking minimum amount for that study. I can't do it,
funny
man.
that study stresses you out. Well,
I'm not a big I don't eat a ton of meat, but yeah, I don't eat a lot of it actually at all. But I want to be able to eat fish and shellfish, and I want to be able to eat steak or
fine.
ribs sometimes,
You
and
get the
chicken
2
and
million
pork and duck.
and the 2 million for sardines. Anytime there's an infraction of any kind,
Uh-huh.
you're paying $1,000.
Yeah, I'm in then. If it's 1,000, 100%. I mean,
No,
that's
I
the
didn't mean to say
easiest
that.
money in the world.
No, 5,000.
Yes.
$5,000. You have a bite of a burger.
Yeah.
5,000. Yeah. Yeah.
You
all
mean
right.
a burger, not a bite of a burger. A burger.
Yeah, you got a burger from anywhere. It can
Yeah.
be from White Castle. It's 5,000.
Now I'm in. All right. I'm absolutely in on this. Yeah. Just put that money to work for me.
Do you know how many
It'll pay for
people
it.
would just say, yes, of course, give me the 2 million. I'll live off of sardines? Pretty much everybody but you and my wife.
Look, man, I need more than money to make me happy. I want to live my life the way I want to live it.
Okay. My brother sent me this one. Would you rather eat carrots for the rest of your life, or when you were younger and single, you hook up with one of your friend's moms at least 3 occasions?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's a tricky one.
What do you mean eat carrots for the rest of your life? What does that mean?
You have carrots. I actually thought when he first asked this that it was only carrots. And then he's like, no. You have to have carrots at every single meal, but you can eat whatever you want. Either that, like you can eat whatever you want in addition to carrots, but they got to be part of every single meal you have the rest of your life. Or when you were 20, you hooked up with your friend's mom 3 times.
Yeah.
And everybody knows about it.
Well, I mean, I love carrots, man. I eat them a few times a week, so I would probably do that. Have you ever seen, I'm looking it up, if you eat too many carrots, your skin turns orange. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
Yeah, I had a
but
teacher.
That didn't really come into play in my answer for this question.
Why? You just wanted your friend's mom?
No,
She's
I
a
didn't
doo-doo factory.
Look, it's an age thing. If I'm 14,
hey, I heard Nick works at the doo-doo factory. You know what I mean?
If I'm 14 or 15, I absolutely take the friend's mom, because then, like you're 14, 15, you can be excused some things.
What were you saying about Sandusky, by the way?
I mean, look, does good defense grow on trees? No, it doesn't.
Wait a minute. 14 or 15? Do you understand how this sounds?
Yeah, I do. I'm saying it would
sound like those people for guys though, it's different. And
yes, that's what I'm
I
saying.
guess it is.
And I think everybody knew what I was saying. Whoever is listening to this knew exactly what I meant. And
I think anyone
you just wanted to get that in there.
Anyone who acts like a guy or a boy with a 17-year-old boy.
I had
with the
a lot of hormones when I was an adolescent. If that's the case, I'd do that. But if you're 20, you probably got to go carrots. Probably 20, north of 20.
Yeah, exactly. Because at that point, you definitely know that is you're walking into a nightmare versus being healthy. Yeah, I'm doing carrots.
I mean, it's not completely a nightmare. Let's at least acknowledge the amount of street cred you would have if you're 14 or 15 and you pull like the American Pie,
You ruin a friendship, though.
You do. But how many of these people that you knew when you were in junior high are you really still friends with?
Still my same friends. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. Goodness. Yes. All right.
I'm sorry,
Thought
man.
I could do better with
That's
these
great.
write-ins.
I like the question.
I'm sure you do. Now you say that. Okay. Did you ever see the movie Poltergeist?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather stay in the house, the Poltergeist house,
Mhm.
for 2 weeks, or have a half inch removed from the middle of your dick, like from the middle of the stalk? Just again, doesn't hurt.
From the
It
neck.
just
Not the.
magically disappears, so it's half an inch shorter. Either that or you're in the Poltergeist house. And by the way, just to note, there's, you're not necessarily going to be harmed in the Poltergeist house. I mean, where the weird sick clown puppet toy is. You just don't go into that kid's room. In the other room, you've got a portal into hell. You don't go into that room. So like, you understand where the dangers are.
Yeah. 2 weeks. God, I always get Poltergeist and Hellraiser mixed up. So I'm glad you did your description because I was picturing Hellraiser at first. I'm with you though. 2 weeks. Am I guaranteed to not have a heart attack? Because that's a lot of stress.
You know exactly where stuff is. You can work around it. I mean, it'd be tough.
I do the Poltergeist thing, and what I do is then I parlay that into a movie deal.
God, you and your loopholes. You can't answer a question straight up. It's just not in you.
It's not a loophole. It's just I'm thinking through the next steps.
Okay.
I'm writing a book. I'm selling that, so the movie's an adaptation. I'm getting paid twice.
Well, it's a heck of a lot better than going the other way, and then let's say your relationship ends because your dick is now a half inch shorter.
You're like I'm gonna try to sell a movie about that. Nah.
And you're dating around, and they're like, "Well, this is smaller than what I was told it was going to be." Word's gotten around that you made it, and you have to try to explain.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I didn't want to.
They're like, "Why did this happen?" And then you have to be like, "Cause I'm afraid of ghosts."
I didn't want to go through a portal.
I'm too scared of ghosts.
The house is built on a cemetery. I don't like it. It was this or that. Yeah, I've never seen Hellraiser. Is there a difference in your answer if it's Hellraiser?
It's a frightening appearance on the dude. Like the needles or whatever it is coming out of his face. It's freaky. I'd still do it though.
You'd still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you won't get hurt. I'm saying there's no guarantee that you will get hurt.
I think I'd do it. I'd still do it.
You coming up with that answer.
I'm telling you, look, Rachel and I go to, or the last 2 years, we've gone to Universal Studios, what do they call it? Horror Nights or whatever in October.
Yeah.
And we'll do edibles, and it's amazing. I love being immersed in that. With you got like 8-foot clowns on stilts, with flamethrowers and chainsaws. I like when they do the things. It doesn't scare me. I'm like, yes, good job, buddy.
Yeah, man.
There was one where I did scream though because I forgot we weren't in danger, and then there was one time though we were in the it's like classic Universal monsters, and it was a was it Frankenstein's monster? No, it wasn't Frankenstein's monster. Maybe it was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde one. And anyway, like a woman was bolted down, and she looks me right in the eye, and she's going, "Help, help." And I start going, "They won't let me. They won't let me." I said, "I would help you if I could, but the security people will not let me." And her face broke a little bit. I'm like, "Help, help." And I start saying, "They won't let me." She's like,
"Wow, good on her. Good on her." That's impressive. I don't know how much they make. Amy and I went to a haunted house last year. It was really good. Like where they have the people in costume, like while you're waiting in line, it's always a long line.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of walking around, scaring people in the.
Yeah.
It's really like was going to be a blast. Like hour and a half in line. That was all fun. I feel like any situation where you're in a long line, they should adopt the haunted house policy. Like DMV, I think the DMV should have all kinds of people in costume
I like
just
it.
like creeping you out, asking
Yeah.
you if you're there to like get new registration or to take your driver's test or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the thing is, we get there and then it's like you're going to be in there with 6 people. It's just her and me. And this girl who's probably 15 turns to her and she goes, "My mom's not here. Can I hold your hand throughout?" Yeah, man.
No.
She may have been a little bit
Okay.
older, actually. And
You
then, of
said
course,
15?
probably that's about right. So she felt obliged. And so now it was like we couldn't really enjoy it because this girl was like legit scared
Hold on.
of
Whose
the whole
hand was
thing.
she holding?
Amy's.
Okay. I thought yours.
No, 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 no. But
It
still,
was
I was
just
like,
you and Amy at the.
you couldn't
Okay.
really like take in the like just the energy and have fun with it because this kid was so scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just like one time, like back in the early aughts when I was on a flight and there's turbulence and this girl next to me asked if we could hold hands
Uh-huh.
because she was scared. And so we held hands and then we get off the plane and I'm like, we're still walking next to each other. And she's like, "I want you to meet my boyfriend." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he like is in the food court area and she's like, "This man helped me through a pretty scary flight." And he's like, "Well, thank you, sir." Like it was, and I
Whoa.
was
When
like,
and
"Yeah, I'm
where
gonna go
was
get
this?
some barbecue." I don't
When and
know. I
where?
don't remember.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know.
That's
I don't
amazing.
know. Maybe it was like Indianapolis or something.
Like, why wasn't he there with her? Let me tell you about another guy that just blew my mind at this Universal thing. Rachel and I were behind a guy who was solo and he was dressed head to toe in Chucky stuff, Child's Play stuff.
Mm.
And you like turn a corner to go into another room, right? And then there's usually some scare that's you don't expect. Every single time it would happen and he would like scream, he would just be like, "Ah!" and then after he stopped screaming, you'd see him go like, "Yes!" Like you'd see like, "Yes!" This guy's like in his 40s, right? The whole haunted, like the Universal ones, you're in probably like 25, 30 little rooms for each one, And at the very end, he just turns to us and he goes, "That was awesome!" And man, Rachel and I are loving it. We're not even watching the haunted house on this one. And then once we got out of it, we were discussing, we're like, we should just follow him, right? And be behind him at everything, right? And then by the time we decided that's the plan, gone in the night.
Oh, what a bummer. My favorite thing to do in those kind of situations, like a roller coaster, where you're having this like intense shared experience with a bunch of strangers. And I just learned this like the day after we got married, we went to shit, I'm forgetting what was it. Who were the banana slugs? Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, that's right.
Yeah, we went on a roller coaster in Santa Cruz, and I just started screaming, "My penis!" And I just started screaming.
Didn't.
I did, but like really high pitched, really afraid, and everyone like I've never gotten better laughs in my life. Was screaming my penis. Amy, since that day, has carried an extra pair of underwear in her purse in case I ever break that out, which I'm going to anytime I'm in a situation like that. And the people in front of us also immediately had to go to the bathroom change. Just screaming that the whole way. Just, oh my God.
Do you ever get scared on rides or anything like that?
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
what type?
I mean, I went skydiving once.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess that was scary.
I'm talking like a ride.
Sure. I mean, the roller coaster on the way up is the scariest part.
Really?
There's a moment like when you climb all the way up very slow, and as long as I'm moving, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as it kind of like sets onto the track, there's about maybe 5-10 seconds there that I hate. I can't like
Interesting.
I want off of it immediately. As long as it's moving, I don't care. Same thing. It's why I hate the Ferris wheel. I
Yep.
hate the Ferris wheel because you're going to be stuck at the very top while somebody at the bottom is seeing to see if they're tall enough, taking 45 minutes, and you're just sitting there dangling.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God,
I
I can't. I
I
can't.
have so roller coasters don't mess with me. Even those where your legs hang, or there's one in King's Dominion, like by where near where I grew up, that where you stand. Um, those don't freak me out. I have a fear of heights unless I'm enclosed. If I'm enclosed, I'm good. But the two that freak me out, do you know that is like a Viking ship or whatever that would do a complete 360 and it would stop upside down?
Yeah, sure.
I rode that several years ago, and I was with family, and I was just screaming at the top of my lungs, "Let us down!" Just at the top. I was like, I haven't done this in 20 years. Let me see if I can. If I'll. It's just as scary as if I was 5 years old. You're just hanging on these levers, and I'm just
But
like,
there's a cage, right? There's a.
no, there's no gauge. It's just the harness over
Oh,
your
okay. Yeah, I
chest.
don't like it. There was one with a
Dude,
cage that I forget what it was called, but I
I know what
actually
you're talking
loved it.
about.
Yeah.
This is you're upside down for 10 seconds, just hanging.
Yeah,
And then
it's tough.
the other one is at the Ferris wheel at Disneyland, right?
No.
And I have no opinion on Ferris wheels, right? We got on it one time, and they have one that's stationary, right? Like this, right? And they have one that rocks back and forth as it moves, and we're like, well, let's do the one that rocks. That sounds more fun.
No, it's not. I hate
Scariest
it.
ride I have been on in my entire life.
I hate it.
Because you're not even strapped in. It's nice and calm and casual until you turn the
No.
like the this. You're not strapped in. You're holding onto the cage and just screaming at the people across
No,
from you.
I hate
Everyone
it.
thinks they're gonna die.
I can't I can't. I have if there's like a table in the center, I'm gripping onto the like just white knuckling. I cannot.
Dude,
There was one in Griffith Park. Bring
we
up
were
Griffith
we,
Park
we were
again.
like this, grabbing the cage and bracing our feet and just like no.
No, in mine, I'm the only person that freaks out every time.
Really?
My kid's fine. Amy's fine. There was Griffith Park. We were there, and this little carnival came through. Ferris wheel with like, it was like I don't know, like a subway seat essentially. It's like two people. So my daughter immediately jumps on there, like she's not tall enough, and I was counting on them to not let her on. So now I don't have to say no because the carny will say no.
Right.
And he's like, she's, a couple inches short. And I'm like, no, no. So then I have to get on, dude. And there was one little tiny chain that like, it's how like the concession stand at the roller skating rink is closed. That kind of chain. Or like you don't go back and get the shoes at the bowling alley, like tiny.
Yeah.
And that's it. And my daughter was fine. And I was freaking out. I could not. It was all that I could do just to like hold her because there's nothing like it's swinging back and forth. There's nothing stopping us from falling out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's too much, man. Also, I just want to apologize to the listeners. Nick used to slur carnies. We don't say that anymore. We say say people who are carnies.
I knew you were
You're
depersonalizing
them.
Okay. Got another hypothetical.
You do a hypothetical. I'll do a rank them. Well, I'll go to bed.
Well, I also have a rank. Oh, wait. I've got a hypothetical and a conspiracy theory. Do you want to just jump to conspiracy theories?
Yeah, let's do
that. Okay. So conspiracy theories are, I'm going to read you three. Two of them are just lesser known conspiracy theories, but they do exist. And the third one is one that I made up. And your job is to listen to them all, not comment too much, and tell me which one I made up and which two aren't made up. They're legit, just not very well known.
Did you add that rule, not comment too much based on how it's gone in the past?
Based on what you just said about the carnies. So the first one is the Estevez. By the way, this is going to be a celebrity week. So this is the Emilio Estevez blacklist theory. It's that Emilio Estevez, intentionally dropped off of the old Hollywood A-list. He was blacklisted. Mid-90s, he learned about a secret group, a cabal, if you will, of just mega producers, and they were the ones manipulating casting, the box office results. You couldn't trust that either. Award shows. And he tried, instead of speaking out literally, he tried to make a satirical film. It's killed, and his name just became completely, he's a pariah. His name's toxic in circles ever since.
He tried to make a film satirizing this cabal.
Yes, that's right.
Interesting. Okay.
And he did make a couple of indie films, Bobby in the Way, neither of which I've seen. And so that he kind of could work outside the system. And he did a little bit. But he's also kept his name instead of Sheen, like his dad and his brother, as kind of a symbol that he's rejecting the Hollywood machine. And some people say, well, there's a mysterious drop-off after Mighty Ducks 3. In Hollywood, actors, producers, writers get erased all of the time. Some people even say that Charlie Sheen's kind of spiraling 10 or 15 years ago was kind of a warning to his brother.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Emilio Estevez blacklist.
You made
theory.
that one up, but okay. Let's keep going.
So next one, again, Celebrity Week. The next one is Nicolas Cage has a secret twin who takes the fall for him. So Nicolas Cage
takes the fall for him.
What's that?
What does that mean? Takes the fall for him, like his stuntman?
No, like his financial scandals. He's had to sell like tons of real estate, just his wild public behavior, and his twin basically.
I didn't know any of this stuff.
Gets the brunt of that, and the real Nick Cage gets to stay kind of clean.
But he doesn't. The targets are Nick Cage, though. If no one's ever like Nick Cage's brother did this thing, they say Nick Cage did this. I don't know about.
But
these
he
things,
doesn't have to. He's not taking the brunt of it. So like the brother, the twin brother, is the one who answers for all of this stuff. He answers for it to agents, to the public, to lawyers, to whatever. So
I don't really understand this one. So you're saying his brother makes the phone calls for him to talk to his agent?
Basically,
why does it have to be a brother for that? Just get your representative.
He doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He wants to stay clean and live his life. There's a public cage, and then there's the private cage. And the one that we love is the private cage, and the public cage is the one who is basically just taking all the dings, the reputation dings.
This is like what's that movie, The Prestige? Was that what you're doing? Did you just watch The Prestige?
No, I'm just saying that's one of them.
That made no sense at all. What's the next one?
Okay, fine. These are what you always try to get personal. This is just a conspiracy theory that I found.
That one made no sense. It made less sense than any
It's a
conspiracy
problematic,
theory I've ever
but
heard.
not that problematic, but a somewhat problematic celebrity who doesn't want to take the heat, and so he has a lookalike take the heat.
It would only make sense if whenever he does something, he goes, actually, my twin brother did that. And then there's no twin brother. It's just him. That's the only way that could possibly make sense.
I don't know what to tell you, man. That is just, I'm not going to tell you that you're right, even though what you're saying makes sense.
I'm not criticizing
that's
you.
What the conspiracy theory is.
I'm not criticizing you. I'm saying the conspiracists are crazy.
It feels like you're criticizing me.
No, you're the messenger.
This is the last one. Britney Spears, an oft criticized figure for sure, is actually is actually a time traveler sent to warn humanity about AI and mind control. She was sent back to the early 2000s to subtly warn humanity about the rise of AI, 1984 shit, basically, like mind control. Okay, so she did come out of nowhere to be in that Pepsi, the halftime show. She was an immediate star. 2007, she had her breakdown. Theorists like to say that this was basically glitching. She's the time traveler, and she was glitching, right? Also, people like to cite that her kind of robotic choreography and overly controlled image, at least in the aughts, that was kind of there to mirror how AI learns to mimic humans. That wasn't a real human so much as AI trying to be human. Like the difference in the videos that we see. Like you can still tell, as good as it looks, that it's AI. So she's tried to break free, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's AI and mind control, man. That's what she's there to warn us about.
Well, that one is so crazy that I don't think you could even make that up.
Okay.
So I think that one's a real conspiracy theory. At first, I thought the Emilio Estevez. So I thought I had heard people say that Nick Cage has a twin brother. I thought I had heard someone say that, but I didn't understand the wrinkles of it. Like as you explained it, it was so stupid that I don't think that anyone could possibly believe that. And then, because before that, I thought the Emilio Estevez one was clearly made up, because it's like it's perfectly reasonable that someone doesn't have an A-list career after Mighty Ducks 3 and Hot Shots Part 2.
I like Hot Shots a lot.
Hot Shots is great, but you know what I mean? It's not the arc of a Tom Cruise, Nick Cage you made up.
Look, first off, I want to say I just watched The Outsiders the other day. Emilio Estevez was really talented. He had a lot of presence. I wondered just as much as everybody else. Like when I saw him in Young Guns, I'm like, my God, I want to be that dude. He was
great.
Awesome. Breakfast Club,
Honestly,
he was cocky, funny.
I'd rather be in Hot Shots and Mighty Ducks than Charlie Sheen's career, probably. Well, in the end.
Come on.
Well, I mean, look. Let me see.
You wouldn't want... Look, I know that you're Mr. Cool School.
I wouldn't want to do 2.5... I mean, goddamn. Platoon and Major League. Never mind. Fuck that. Never mind.
Major League alone.
Yeah.
That's all...
That's one of my favorite movies ever. What am I saying? Yeah.
Everywhere you go, someone is saying, forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater. Like, how could you just never get sick of it?
What I'm saying is I would not want to be on 2.5 Men. But
yeah, you would. With those checks, I think you'd take it.
How well can you eat? What is he supposed to do? Like,
I was a lifeguard when I first moved to LA, and I lifeguarded a party at his old house where Denise Richards still lived. And it was I don't know even how to describe it. It was the most incredible.
Yeah, you told me about this.
It was. I think they required like 6 or 7 lifeguards because there were so many pools that were attached by like a lazy river, bridges, waterfalls, ton of slides. It was. They should have been charging admission for this thing. It was incredible. That's that 2.5 Men money.
Oh, okay. I was like, where does this tie in? I was like, did you misunderstand me? Okay,
no.
Now I get it.
No, that's what you do with it.
I guess so. I would just relax. Are you ready to play Rank Them?
Yeah, I
again.
am.
Yes. You ready to play Rank Them for the first time in 15 minutes? Rank Them is a game where I give you 3 attributes. This is for a person.
I just explained this, man.
No, I'm going to do it the other way, though. This person is perfect for you in every way, except for these 3 defining characteristics. You must rank them. Okay?
All right, fine.
Our friend Aaron Conroy, I used to say it the way you say it, just bouncing around all over the place, like a kid explaining the rules to a board game. And then Aaron was like, "This is all you need to say." And I was like, "Okay, you're right."
Aaron, who loves coyotes,
Aaron
to rescue
loves
coyotes.
Yeah. That's a great question. I'm going to text her about that after this.
Well, include me on it.
All right, I will. Okay. Number 1, this is sent in from Jingle Master Tony, who does all the jingles for our podcast. We don't really have any, but he's our designated jingle master. We don't use any jingles, but you can send them if you want, Tony. We can throw them in there. He is our official jingle master. Okay, number 1, constantly tries to give you at least 1 wet willy a day. Now, wet willy, you lick your finger, put it in the ear, right? At least 1 a day. Over the years, she's become very good at it and will succeed roughly 80% of the time. One caveat, she's in it for the hunt, all right? So you're safe while you sleep and drive. It's all about the hunt. Okay.
All right.
Number 2, does not have a voice of her own. Okay. But she can perfectly mimic any sound she's heard. Okay.
What do you mean?
In other
So she
words,
doesn't have a
she's like a
baseline
parrot.
voice?
She speaks like a parrot. Okay. It's in replicated quotes and sound effects. Example. If she said, Nick, come here, please. Nick would be your mother calling your name. Come here would be, come here, Scorpion, right? From Mortal Kombat. And please would be like Lord Chamberlain from Dark Crystal. Okay? Nick, come here, please. You know, I can't remember how Lord Chamberlain speaks, but
It's a great one.
Yeah. Number 3 has 12 pet rats, and she carries them around with her during the day. She puts a hoodie over her shirt, and they just crawl around inside the hoodie. So it looks like this amorphous blob under the sweatshirt, and their noses will occasionally pop out of the sleeve and neck hole.
Okay.
A dozen pet rats. By the way, Jingle Master Tony adds that his little brother did the rat thing when he was in high school. He said it was odd to say the least, pissed my parents off, made me laugh.
This is really good. I mean, he should be proud of this. This is a great. There's not a weak link. I do have a pretty easy.
I mean,
answer,
he's got all this time not making jingles. What else is he going to do?
He's not on the keyboard. It's gonna be very easily 1, 3, 2, because the Wet Willy. As long as I was gonna say Wet Willy was 3. But when you said she's not going to do it when I'm driving, then cool. No driving, no. Wet Willy while driving that should be just immediate manslaughter charges.
Yeah,
Just don't do it. You might as well shoot off a Roman candle in the car. Like, you're like, no way am I doing Wet Willy. But like if I'm driving, but if the hunt is like she just walks around, whatever. So I'm fine with that. Then the rats. I mean, some people keep rats as pets. Like they're kind of a freak show, but walking around with them, like crawling around their body. But it's better than 2, which would creep me out.
See,
if it's like Mr. T, then Christopher Walken, and then I don't know.
Basically with Michael Winslow.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I can't do it.
It's great. At first I thought that would be my number 1, and then I was like, nah, it's less of a feature than it would be like a like if she did it 5 minutes a week or something like that. If it was 5 minutes a week, you're like, this is great. That's a if it's in and out of it, then that's a show you take on the road.
I mean, she's winning America's Got Talent immediately.
Yeah.
But like, you can't possibly have sex with this person.
If you win America's Got Talent, you get a Vegas show. Imagine how few tickets that would sell.
What, the voices? No, that would sell.
Who's going to see that in a theater when you could just watch it on TV? It's the same thing. It was just someone sitting in a rocking chair. Nick, come here, please. And people are like, oh, fuck.
Perfect crowd work show. Just asking people what they do in random voices. I mean, do Putin, do Kermit the Frog. Like, it just, like, if it's dead on, you're winning AGT.
I need to do these eye drops as soon as we finish on account of my Tourette's for the people who listened last week. Now, to me, this is an easy one, but with a different answer than you. I go Wet Willy number 1. I don't like it. Despise it, actually. But I'll take it. The voice thing is number 2. The rats would freak me out.
Yeah.
If it was a single squirrel, I love it. That's number 1. Single squirrel, great.
No, you're talking about like a villain from
number 3.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in.
Too much. That's
like
number
you play
3.
the recorder and the rats all come. Yeah. All right, so I've got to rank them, and I think that'll be it. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of this. I came up with it in exactly 20 seconds. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay. Do you want me to explain what the rank them is? what it's about?
How do
Here
we
we
play
go.
this game?
Number 1, rank 'em, Ryan.
Uh-huh.
She, instead of waving in any situation when you would wave, she
Yes.
does this.
Oh, shut up.
She does the V over the mouth and flips her tongue.
Okay.
Okay? Instead of waving, that's what they do. The woman from I forget. She flips her tongue with the V. Okay, the second thing is
God.
they always ask if they're a guest somewhere at someone else's house. As soon as they walk in, they ask if they can take a dump. And if
do they say where's the bathroom, or do they say where can I
no,
take a
they
dump?
say, where do I take a dump? And then they don't even necessarily take a dump, but they ask, where do I take a dump?
Yeah.
And if you were a host,
That's so funny to just walk in. Where do I take a dump? It's right there. Do you need to go? Not now, but.
and if you were a host and you have guests over, they're going to ask the guest as soon as they come in if they need to take a dump. or if they went before they came over.
Do you need to take a dump, or did you go before you came over?
So flipping tongue. Where do I take a dump? Or do you need to take a dump? Okay, the last one. Somehow, every game you go to a lot of games. Every game you go to, you're on the kiss cam on the Megatron thing, and they want a crazy long French kiss with fondling.
What?
You
Say
know the
that
kiss
again?
cam on the Megatron.
Yeah, but I on the Megatron. That's the Transformer. All right, actually not Decepticon. But
what's it called? What's it called then? The Mega
Jumbotron. But
Jumbotron.
Hold on, I got thrown off because you already did 3. Did
No,
you
I
just do a
didn't.
4th?
No, the dump is all 1. That's all number 2.
Oh, okay.
They're yeah. She's the guest.
I got you. I thought that was 2 different things. Okay, so what's the third one again?
The third one is every game you go to. Sorry, Jumbotron. That really was like a Transformer thing. Every game you go to, and you go to a lot. You go to one a month, easy.
Sure.
Every single time you're on the kiss cam, and it's going to be real, like really out there French kissing with fondling. Every
so hold on. The kiss cam's gonna seek us out. We're gonna become some meme where we'll be like, oh, that kiss cam couple.
Every single time, it's got to be
you're
like
on the
over
kiss
the
cam.
top, but you're not playing it for laughs.
Even if I go to teams that don't do the kiss cam, they will do the kiss cam in this scenario.
Yeah.
So it's kiss cam. Where do I take a dump? What was the other one? Oh,
it doesn't have to be a kiss cam. It could just be like, look at these fans over here. It could even be that, and she's basically dry humping you.
That's number 3. I don't want to be a meme like that.
Yeah.
But the waving with the V and the tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's not last. I think that can get you locked up in some towns.
Every time you would think how often you wave. Mailman,
Yeah. That's got to be number 3.
By,
that
coyotes.
has to be number 3. I hate that that's number 3. I mean, I hate that that's number 3 because that means the kiss cam's not number 3. So the kiss cam's number 2. I'm gonna have to be some kind of weird meme. The dump one I think is hilarious.
Your number 1 is your perfect partner. Every time you walk into a party, it's like, where do I take it?
I love it.
And when she asks,
first
when
things
you have
first.
Over,
here's the wine. Where do I take a dump? I love it.
You're having people over, and they're like, they give you their bottle of wine and their cheese and crackers, and your partner's like, where do you need to take a dump, or did you
go
before?
at home, or did you go at home, or along the way? It doesn't matter where you just. And then she writes something down after.
So that's number 1 for you.
What are you making notes of? It's okay. That's number 1. Easy. Is that not your number 1?
Put a red sticker on my shirt.
Is that not your number one?
Well, let's figure out what you are first. So the dump thing is number one for you.
Easy.
Okay.
And
what's
then
number two?
kiss cam, unfortunately. the waving high like that, we just can't do that. We live in a nice community. We would be pariahs by the end of the weekend.
You think that's better than the dump? You don't think you'd be a pariah?
No, I think the dump thing is hilarious.
If
that's
someone's
how you
asking
start
you
hanging
over
out with the right people.
Someone invites you over to like their kid's christening or something, and you walk in.
So where do I take a dump? Look, first of all, I don't mind it. Look, we talked about this before. Comics often have to go to the bathroom before on a show. Also, we're doing a shoot at our house, and there's about 40 people at our house. Yesterday, 4 whole rolls of toilet paper were used. Maybe 5 or 6, actually. At least 4.
So we just had to cut out 2 parts of it, so I don't even know what the transition is anymore. But you're going, where do I take a dump? Or did you take a dump beforehand? Red sticker. Then then kiss cam. And the third is like
red sticker if they already took a dump.
Green, if they were like, those scales of like how much in pain are you, and it shows you all the different smiley faces.
Yeah,
that's she breaks out one of those, and she's like, where are you on the range of having to take a dump? Okay, I would be you know what, I may go kiss cam first. Because
good God, man,
it's so ridiculous.
It'll be on Bleacher Report every day.
I can't do the V thing waving.
The humpers are back.
I can't do the V thing. I can't do it.
Yeah. It's grotesque.
I cannot do it.
Yeah.
So that and then the dump. So the dump thing is 2. And the V thing is 3.
Yeah. That's fair. It's fair. I just don't want to be a meme. That's the reason I can't do Kiss Cam 1. And I also think the dump thing is actually awesome. Hey, thank you for listening.
There's just something hilarious about like, let's see how the crowd is over in the top, whatever.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is yelling, screaming for T-shirts. And then you just like circling second base.
Getting banned from one stadium at a time, circling second base. Person next to you is fucking calling you in. Come on.
Guys, that is a really funny way to like discuss. I mean, me and my old friends never talk about that stuff anymore. But I think from now on, if they were ever like, hey, what'd you do on vacation? Being like, I circled third base.
So funny, man. Oh my God. Well, guys, thank you for listening to Conner vs. Cobb, an internet radio show. We're calling it a podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, recommend it to a friend. Nick, anything you'd like to promote?
No, I can't think of a single
thing. Just love and happiness.
Yeah.
Check out my tour schedule on RyanConnerComedy.com. I got Edmonton, Minneapolis, Chicago, DC, Philly, some other things coming up. And I believe that'll do it for now. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Just a couple of guys palling around, coming out of your speakers, a beautiful sound. They debate, berate, and have a laugh or two. Conner v. Cobb, for me and for you. La 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 la, la 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 la. Conner v. Cobb, for me and you. Ryan and Nick. Nick and Ryan. The Scoundrels of the Hour.